you know, I'm not really into organized religion, like what, you know, these guys would be doing, but I do believe, I believe in something. And, I just don't know how to name that something, so I'm not gonna try. But here at Vine Cults, you can do whatever you want. You know, whatever you believe in is fine. Just, you can laugh, you can cry, just don't hurt each other. That's really... Tommy Wiseau has the best rules for these sorts of things. Someone said, I believe in a thing called love. Oh, you remember that song too? Vinny, do you believe in chi? I don't know. Though I think we have chakras, because I've done chakra meditation, and I felt like energy swirling. That could have just been the meditation, or the dank weed nugs that I ingested into my bloodstream before then. I believe there is life in the universe, or probably in this galaxy, but you know, belief and science fiction are different things. Someone in chat just said, the only thing you need to believe in is yourself. I like that. That's good, that's positive. I believe in Tom DeLonge from Blink-182. So when he says that he knows there's aliens out there, I believe the dude, I just want to see the proof. It is in the pudding, as they say. There it is. Well, sadly you don't punch boulders in this game, but you get to blow them up with dynamite. Vinny, how many times will you make the boulder joke? Probably a couple more. Yeah, I'm live for like 4 hours a night, man. You know, you gotta get the most out of what's given to you. Boulder's gone, I'm still thinking about it. Anyone here from Boulder, Colorado? The shotgun is cool and all, but not a lot of range. Much like my comedy chops. Not a lot of range. I told you, see, I proved it in that statement. That was a very meta. It was a very meta joke. If only you didn't fuck up the delivery of that line, that further proves my point. Expanse. Just an update. I'm on like episode 6 or 7. I am now in the stage of I love this show. I don't just like it. So it got that good. It actually, for me, got that good. For anyone who recommended that game. That movie, that TV show, wow! Some Breath of the Wild news, which is that they've added it to the timeline, and they also rearranged Link's Awakening. So Link's Awakening is, I think now, before the Oracle games. I mean, this timeline is ridiculous anyway, so don't really... Don't think about it too hard, kid. Your brain will melt. But then, they added Breath of the Wild to the timeline, and it's at the end of all 3 timelines. And when asked about it, they said, well, it's up to your interpretation of where Breath of the Wild could go. Which I think is a bit of a cop-out. It's better than Cop Dog. I think I would have preferred if it was in the Zelda 1 and 2 timeline. I feel like it fits better directly after Zelda 2. But it does have elements from all 3 timelines. You got, like, Ocarina of Time stuff in there, you've got, some Wind Waker stuff in there. So I get it. I mean, I see what they're trying to do. I'd be more content if they said, this game takes place in a convergence of all the timelines. Like, the timelines split for a while, but now they're back. Because Ganon, Calamity Ganon was so powerful, he was able to reunite Hyrule and... I don't know, something! If the Triforce was in the game, they could have used each Triforce as a different timeline, because there's 3 different timelines in Zelda. They're split 3 different ways, 3 dimensions. So, this is not what they said, but maybe what they could do is have the Triforce. Each Triforce piece could represent a different timeline, and when Calamity Ganon gets it, it unifies all 3 into 1. That's my fanfic. I like to write fanfics, as you learned from my RPG Maker stream. The explanation ends up being, it doesn't matter. Napoleon! Vinny, have you ever had midnight spaghetti? It's spaghetti that has been specifically prepared at midnight because I've lost control of my life. Well, that's my favorite message of the past week, so thanks for that. I mean, I haven't done midnight spaghetti, I've done midnight hot- oh my god. I've done, like, 2 a.m., 3 a.m. hot dogs. Like, bacon-wrapped hot dogs, but I didn't have buns. So I just cut them up. You know? I mean, this is- we're going back 10 years. Now, if I'm gonna do shitty food, I'll just, like, get fast food, you know, at 3 in the morning. But at the time, I was really hungry, I had friends over. We had some alcohol, there was a little bit of alcohol involved, and we were hungry, so I did a tropical hot dog night. It was almost a midnight bellissimo, but it was a little after that. And so, yeah, I just made that. And, oh, and cheese! You can't forget the cheese. I put some cheese on those fuckers. See, that's why it's called late night bellissimo, so that way it's not constrained specifically to midnight. You can have your bellissimo whenever you want. I've also cooked bologna. There were times where I had no food in the house and very, very little money. And so, if there was bologna, I was going for it. Just, like, white bread and bologna. Water sandwiches? Oh, dude, it's the best. Yeah, you dip the white bread in some water, and then you just eat it. Some nice soggy white bread. Oh, even better, milk. Milk bread. You've never had milk bread? Milk toast? Nah, that shit's real plain. Boring, even. Remember Lunchables? Would you ever try microwaving a Lunchable so the cheese gets all melty? That's like fine cuisine compared to regular Lunchable. You know what my favorite part of Lunchables was? That after you got done eating them, you were still hungry. Yes, hold the fire. I mean, these dudes must be, like, covered in gasoline. That's the only explanation. Yeah, I always like this part because it reminds me of Indiana Jones. If Indiana Jones was, like, psychotic and had, you know, lots of high-powered weaponry instead of just a revolver. Nathan Drake? Is that Drake's first name? Drake the Duck?
My name is Nathan Fielder, and I help small businesses with their jobs. And this is Nathan for you.
Remember the gold coins? Like the chocolate? It was such bad chocolate. The quality of the chocolate was so low, but I didn't care because I wanted the coins. And then the sad thing is I would eat the coins. Not like with the foil on them, but like I'd eat the coins and then I couldn't play with them anymore. Fuck. Vinny, did you ever get contacted about your music being on Roblox? Yeah, apparently it is, for some reason. I don't know what that means precisely, but... Someone just said, well, you do have a 12-year-old viewer base. You do realize you are part of the viewer base. Oh no, friend! Vinny, how do you feel about being at a point where 6K viewers is considered kind of low for you? Oh, Jesus. It's flattered. It's overwhelmed sometimes, if you want to know the honest truth. My inbox gets cluttered as fuck. That's what that turned into. And, you know, out of those 6K, there's at least 10 people that want to take a shit on my feet. Not because they don't like me, but because they like me too much. But even if I had like 200 people here, I'd still stream the exact same way. I really don't think I would change. I'm too stubborn. I would still just do this as a hobby. Because it's fun. Humble brag? Just play Fortnite already? Okay. You know I lose viewers when I stream Fortnite. I'm the only streamer that actually gets less viewers for Fortnite. The Fortnite dances are the worst part for me. I really, really don't like the kids that I see doing the dances out in public at restaurants, and it's happened more than I'd like to admit. However, I look at it, and I have to avert my eyes, and I think to myself, what was I doing at that age? You sound mad. I'm mad as hell! You know about the Fortnite coaching, right? You can hire someone to coach your child in Fortnite for 50 bucks an hour. They'll go to your house. You know, they'll teach your kids how to play better Fortnite. That's real. Will you coach me on how to play Mario conversions? I can coach you in corruptions for 50 bucks an hour. If you got it, pony up. I'll teach you how to use the stupidly easy real-time corruptor. And, that's a skill I can pass on. I can't really teach you how to do the voices unless you have, you know, the Luigi voice already. If you got that, then let me know. 50 bucks an hour. You know what? 40. I'll make a deal for you, specially. What else can I coach? I tried to teach someone guitar years ago that did not want to learn guitar, and I'm not that good at guitar at all. But I know how to do some chords. I could teach you a couple chords and shit, how to hold the fucking strings. This dude did not want to learn how to play this instrument. He did not care. It is not fun to have strings made of metal cut into your finger meat until you get calluses. Like, if I don't play guitar for a while, I lose my calluses a lot. Not entirely, but a lot. And then it sucks all over again. Then if I play acoustic, it's even worse. So, you have to have some desire to learn, and you have to be interested in rock music. This kid didn't even know any rock songs. I was like, so what bands do you like? We can learn some songs from he was like, I like this commercial. There was like a rock song from a commercial, and I had to learn it. And even then, he just had minimal interests. But, you know, I tried. And then I decided that the money wasn't worth it. And I wasn't getting paid that much anyway, so I gave up. I just said, listen, I can't do this. How come you don't want to do it? Your son doesn't want to learn how to play guitar. Someone said, Vinny, you're a good person. I don't know about good person. It's fucking low on patience. That was an act of selfishness more than anything. Now, if I was actually getting, you know, a decent paycheck out of that, maybe I would have done more of it. Vinny, for some reason, this really upsets me. Well, yeah, it sucks. Would you want to be forced to play Fortnite? What if you... Okay, so someone said if I was paid, maybe. Alright, well, what if you had to pay to learn Fortnite? And then your parents take it out of, like, your, like, college tuition so that you owe more student loans? Because they're convinced you're gonna be the next ninja. Oh, man. Is that where we are right now? Is that how this Fortnite coach thing works? Oh, that's weird. God, things changed. Not that much different. Oh, shit. Not that much different from a parent, like, hiring someone to teach their child, you know, football, like a football coach, so they can become a football star. That's, you know, more or less not even frowned upon in any way, shape, or form. Even if the kid has very little interest in sports, it's still something, you know, get him out of the house, give him something to do. But I guess now it's video games. Someone just said, asshole parents trying to live through their children. Okay, well, here's a good one. I don't know if this is... Hang on, I'll tell you in a second. What I wanted to say was someone I know, I wouldn't even call them a friend, but just someone I know, brought their child to a barbecue sometime last year and was saying that that was their future electrician.
So nice you could join
like,
us,
the dude is 6 months old. I'm hoping it was a joke, but, you know, the dude is an electrician, so I think he was making a joke about how he's gonna be an electrician like his father one day. That was the whole thing. It was probably just him making, like, a cute comment. So yeah, I was probably wrong to even bring that up, to be honest, because I don't think it's what I thought it was. Now that I'm remembering it, it was probably just, like, a little joke. But then again, they had another child, and they said the same thing about the other one. How? How? This island is full of guns, stun sticks, freaks, geeks. Oh yeah, there's loot crates on this island. Subscription boxes. The man crate. It comes with a fucking hatchet and freeze-dried bacon. That's real. They sell shit like that. Like, there is a thing called man crate, I think. And, yeah, it just comes with, like, weapons. It's like, what? I'll just buy a hatchet if I need a hatchet. Well, we know you're a man. You like bacon. Alright, well, you're right. I love bacon. I like how some places sell, like, zombie survival kits. Does anyone have that? You know, just in case you need to, have a machete. Okay, so let's take a look at the wooden crates. And I'm gonna sort by... $50 to $99. You have meat crate. Bacon crate. It's just all bacon-related stuff. There's... whiskey crate, of course. Steak on a plate crate. Grill master crate. Dashing stash mini crate. For mustache maintenance. Booze infused jerky crate. What? Is there crate on a crate? Switch swag crate. Cowpocalypse. Where's the weapons? I was positive I saw weapons on this fucking thing. There it is, the zombie survival crate. I just want to read some of the items that are in this. I'm not going to show it to you because I'm not really here to do that. But I'm going to show you there's a zombie suppression crate. Keep evil at bay with an Elk Ridge machete. Not a toy! Zombie survival guide, zombie flashlight, first aid kit, duct tape, and spam. Then there's one with an axe and a machete. And all the other stuff, including spam. Just in case you need to survive the apocalypse, you have the spam. Outdoor survival crate, that's got shovels and knives and shit. Yeah, so they actually... They're... Okay, it's more specific than just, here's things that men like. Here's bacon, bourbon, and a fucking axe. I mean, I told you, I have like a little knife collection. I collected them when I was younger. I think they're cool. I don't know why. The most I ever did was whittle a toothpick into a smaller toothpick. You know what sucks? When someone brings a guitar to a conversation. I've been guilty of this a little bit, but never to the extent of, like, trying to perform songs while people are talking at a party or whatever. The most I'll do is just noodle around on a guitar while I talk to somebody. And, pay full attention to them as opposed to the guitar. But, I'm talking about, like, someone that's like, "Hey, my dude! Yeah, I got this acoustic guitar. I can play, a John Cougar Mellencamp song for you. Dude, do you want to hear Margaritaville while you guys are trying to talk?" No, so we were talking about this similar topic the other... Okay. Wow, that's a cool pose, Leon. We were talking about this topic the other day about how humans need Nerf. So, people brought up Tierzoo, which is a YouTube channel that ranks different animals based on their strength in the game of life. Complete with, like, move analysis and graphs and everything. There's an episode released recently about geese, and how they're annoying and somewhat overpowered, but not, like, you know... not too OP. A little OP, but not too OP. Tierzoo is now one of my favorite YouTube channels, based on that Goose video. Is it unethical to strangle geese? Yes. But, there's always a but. I feel like there should be a but for this situation. Let me explain. What if this goose shat on your head, right? Intentionally. Well, we will never know if geese shit on people's heads intentionally. Could be. This goose shat on your head, starts harassing you and your family, pecks at you, breaks skin, won't leave you alone, and then, let's say you have a child, attacks your child. Now, a goose can possibly damage a child. I'm not saying strangle the goose to death. If you can avoid that, that's a situation. Even though I don't like geese, I would still say don't kill geese. Strangle it a little bit until it stops choking your child or pecking at your child. Because what if your fucking kid loses an eye because of a smelly, shitty, fucking hostile goose? Alright, now, okay, let's say you don't have a kid. What if it's just you? What if it's just you and a goose is still around? Pecking at you, shitting on your car, shitting, like, in your ear, you know, flapping its wings, just being a dick. I think even then, it's okay to grab a goose by the neck. And I'm not the authority on this kind of thing. This is just my philosophy on geese. Alright? Don't take this as word of God. I think it's still okay to grab a goose by its neck and, like, with force, remove it from your person. You may damage it in the process. You might scare it off. But I think it's okay to grab the neck and give it a good yank. Get that fucking thing away from you. As little force as possible. Just to intimidate the goose away from your person. Just sprint away. What if you know... What if you don't want to be intimidated by geese to the point where you have to run from them every time you see them? Sometimes you gotta stand up for yourself against a bully. You know, running can only get you so far when it comes to geese. I know. I mean, I don't know firsthand, but I know these things. And then they can fly after you. So that's why you gotta, you know, you gotta choke a bitch sometimes. Only geese, though. You should only choke geese. That's about it. And only under the very specific set of circumstances that I told you about. Alright? And if you call Peter and tell him about this, I don't know who it is, but I hear a lot about him. If you call Peter and tell him about this, we're done. We're not friends anymore. What circumstances can we choke a chicken? On the circumstances that you don't want to be led into the kingdom of God.